I'm gonna wait till some people get in here for a minute. Y'all will be surprised. Y'all be happy, man. I was actually out in the garage this week. Got some work done. I'll give y'all a little update. Not planning on being on here very long, but you know, we out here. So I actually got in the garage and got to work on the box Chevy a little bit. I actually also bought some lights for the garage. I plan on putting up in there, kind of like what I had last time, just some shop lights. They got the little linkable lights that you can use, LEDs, fairly inexpensive. And then I'm gonna convert the original box, the little ceiling box, to this. And then I'll just plug in the first one, and you can link 4 on each fixture, or you can link 4 off the one set, and then I'll put 4 on this side. So I'm hoping to have, I'm actually only gonna use 6 lights in the garage, the 2-car garage. And then I'll probably put 4 in the extra one on the side there. I want it to be very well lit. You know what I mean? I want it to be extra lit. So we can get that good content, man. I want to make sure it's easy to see in there. I got to clean it up in there. A lot of the times I'm just like moping around. It's a new setup. I got to optimize it. I got everything all in there, just kind of stacked everywhere. I want to get well lit, clean up, organized, then organize my tools. But I did start doing some work, you know. Went in there, one of the exhaust manifolds for the box Chevy, I hadn't installed it yet, so I went ahead and put the gasket on. Went ahead, installed the exhaust manifold on the driver's side. So that wasn't a big deal. I'm laughing because that's what my update is for today. But usually, you know, that wasn't nothing to even talk about. But for me, getting out there and doing that was like a big deal. I usually don't get out to the garage very often. So both manifolds are on the car. I need to find 2 more bolts. I must have dropped them since I bought them, you know, but yeah, basically it's on there. I just got to find 2 more of the bolts that's supposed to be in there. And yeah, man, I'm excited about that. I made some progress. And then maybe this next week we'll do something else, you know, run the fuel line or, you know, put the transmission line in or something like that. But that was a step in the right direction, man. So we'll see. I seen my boy LS. He got his stuff running, got oil pressure. Shout out to LS, Chevy rider. That's major. If I can hurry up and finish up this food, maybe I'll show y'all what we got going on out there in the garage. I got a real early morning tomorrow, so probably won't be on here very late, but I just wanted to tap in with you guys and tell you that I did get out in the garage this week and put in some work. Videos will be coming. More videos will be coming. I think tomorrow I will have some time to get some editing done. I got videos I got to edit for the wrestling channel for my kids. I got videos I got to edit for my fitness channel. And then really for the car stuff, I don't have a bunch to edit, but I want to start putting together some ideas on stuff to bring together for you guys. I got a video from last year when I went to go get a car. I might put that out. I really don't want to drop that video because I don't even plan on working on that car. not anytime soon anyway. So like, I don't see why I should drop that video when I went to go pick it up. But I don't know. I want to get in that pattern of editing because, you know, when you fall out of that routine, you kind of forget all your little shortcuts and stuff that it takes to edit. And, you know, editing is task heavy. You know, it's a lot of process and lots of steps. And once you get back immersed into that, it becomes easy and you can crank them. You know, that's the idea is, you know, you want to be able to crank them out and, you know, get better each time. You don't want, you know, my goal is not to be an expert video editor the first time I get on there, but, you know, getting immersed into it, you have no choice but to get better. You know, you just keep working at it. And with anything, I felt like I've always just gotten better the more I've done it. If you practice good habits and you are willing to learn, I'm going to say it's actually a little bit of a peak and valley process with getting better. You have some days where you try something and it don't work out. It is what it is. But every time you learn from your mistakes, you're like, okay, I don't need to do it this way. I'm going to do it another way. So there you have it. I'm wondering, if you're in here, make sure you smash the like button. I know I see some people in the building. Make sure you smash the like button. I can see we got a couple people on here. Soon, like I was telling y'all in the very beginning, more videos will be coming. I already been out in the garage making progress, getting my hands dirty, you know, putting in some work. Once that routine kick in, man, it's over with. I think I got maybe one more big wrestling tournament that we're going to be looking into for this summer. And then it's just football. So my schedule should open up a little bit. I'm still going to be in the gym, so that's going to consume some of my time, but that's non-negotiable. You got to do that. But I also feel like I need to get those cars done, you know, one at a time. But yeah, y'all look out for them videos. I'm going to keep dropping. If you haven't already, make sure you guys tap into my Instagram, my Snapchat. I'm real active on Snapchat. I don't know, it just feels like it's authentic, you know, like I post right then and there, boom. It's raw, it's really no editing. You know, it's a lot of stuff with no filter. It's just what it is. You know, I record it right here and there. I don't know where the disconnect is for me, how that content comes out so easily on Snapchat and then it gets bogged up in my process and it doesn't quite make it to Instagram or YouTube or TikTok. There's something about Snapchat that makes it simple and easy to use, you know what I mean? And I don't know. Maybe YouTube needs to figure that out, but I know they're different platforms, but for whatever reason, I just feel comfortable dropping stuff on Snapchat and just throwing it out there. Boom. And the crazy part is those are people I know in real life. You know what I mean? If you scared or worried about what people think, you would think like, I don't know if I'm gonna put it on Snapchat. I mean, you know, put it on there because that's like your real peers. And I don't think that's the case. You know, I'm pretty cognitive about, or I'm pretty aware of like what I do on camera. So like, even if it's in the garage or at the gym, it's not inappropriate stuff. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. It's just like the way YouTube is set up. It just feels like it needs to be edited and thumbnailed and processed before it gets on YouTube, where Snapchat, you don't even have to put a title. You don't have to do none of that. It's just go time. That's why I like it. You know what I mean? Yep. But Swaps, you tapping in, man. I appreciate you tapping in. I was literally about to give the exit. I ain't see nobody tap in. I was about to give the exit. But I was just updating everybody and letting them know. Actually, got out in the garage, got my hands dirty a little bit, put the gloves on. Was working on the box Chevy. Wasn't nothing major, but you know, got the exhaust manifold on the driver's side. It's a step in the right direction. Sometimes just getting out there and moving stuff around is all I'm gonna get done. But you know, I got to hang one of the exhaust manifolds on the driver's side, which, you know, for whatever reason, it took me about 15 minutes to get it done, you know, and I'm like, man, I don't remember this being such a pain. I'm missing like 2 bolts. I got to find 2 more bolts. Yep. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it felt good to walk away and see something different, you know. 15 minutes a day is what they say. That's about what I gave it, you know, and, you know, I'm looking at what I did and I'm like, dang, that took a lot of time, and it shouldn't have. Maybe, I don't know. I can't remember if that's appropriate or not, but I was just happy to be making progress, you know, getting out there. The car ain't too far away. Like, it ain't too far away. If I really put a whole day to it, you know, with all the right materials, I think it could be done. I tend to make them a little bit more challenging because I like to buy certain things, like, you know, like I'm running a 4L80. If I would have went with like a TH350 or whatever and just used the factory cross member, we could have potentially used sliding mounts and just used the factory drive shaft. But because I decided to go for a lady and I got this different cross member, so we're gonna end up getting probably a drive shaft and a different yoke. It adds process, which tends to make me feel like it's a project that has to be, you know, spread thin, you know, spread out. Whereas if I, you know, use a lot of the stuff that came on the car, the same transmission, same drive shaft, you know, you go ahead and drop a fuel pump in there, boom, wire it up, string that thing down there. Maybe it doesn't feel like a process, but you add so much process to your build, and of course it's going to take long, and of course you're going to get burnout. I do that. I add a lot of process. Oh, I got to put a converter in there. I want a clean engine. I want to paint it. You know, I don't know how much that stuff really I care about at the end of the day, but, you know, I've become more like picky about those things, and I want to make it look nice. I want to dress the wire back and, you know, tuck things away and put the cold air intake on there. And the one thing I did decide to do, it's a whole bunch of simple tasks. That's exactly what it is. It's a whole bunch of simple tasks. And then it's like, how do I want to manage the predecessors? Like, okay, this has to be done before that, and then that one has to be done before this, but I'm gonna do this today because I don't have these parts. They're not here yet. I forgot to order that. Yep, it's really just like a management thing. Um, yeah, I don't think it's incredibly difficult. The hard part is putting it in order and doing it right. Being neat, staying organized. It's not incredibly like difficult. if you can find the information. At this point, we have the information. I have the peers, I have the friends, I have the networks, I have, you know, I know people with the parts and stuff like that. It shouldn't be that difficult. It's the time and, you know, the discipline of getting out there and getting it done. So, yep, that's where we're at. And when it seems like it's far out, you know, you just kind of put it out there on the back burner. Yep. Whoops. Yeah, some days it look like you've been at it all day and nothing is, it don't look like anything is done. You might be reworking something. It's like, oh man, I gotta go take this back out. But you know, it's all worth it in the end. It's all worth it in the end, you know. Going back in and putting a converter in when you originally thought you didn't want one, that's one of those days where you do a ton of work and end up right back where you left off, maybe even behind. And then you got to get back to where you left off, maybe the next time you get out there. And I try to avoid that. So then I end up, you know, ordering that part and then you're like, I got to wait on it. Find something else to do. Yep. But yeah. Like I said, I seen LS on Snapchat today. He had oil pressure. I was like, okay, I see he putting in work too. Yep, Swap's been putting in work, LS putting in work. I saw Mr. Random with the grinder, the file, the ring file machine. I'm like, okay, the guys are busy, you know. We still at it, you know. Everybody's still at it, you know. So, yeah, man, this stuff don't really go away. You if you love these cars, it's something that you really enjoy. It doesn't really go away, you know. You still find your way getting back out there, tinkering with something. But I'm probably gonna get back out there. I am gonna get back out there again this coming week. I got to figure out exactly what I want to do. I got the cold air intake and the harness out there. I don't want to get far ahead of myself. You know, start putting stuff on the front end of the engine. I think I got the water pump on it already. Yeah, I got the water pump on there already, power steering pump. I made power steering lines. I've seen people use the factory stuff, but, you know, I went and made some with the PTFE and all that. So that took, you know, a day or so, you know, for me to go get the material and cut the lines. It didn't take a whole day, but it consumed all the time I had for the day to make those. Then I got an adapter. I spent a bunch of money, you know, doing that. Then I watch a guy today throw one in a Malibu in 10 minutes, it looked like. And he's like, yep, I just used the factory G-body power steering pump. And, you know, I'm like, I thought those threads were different on the pump. You know, I'm thinking to myself, like, why did I have to use an adapter? You know, like something. But anyways, I'm watching his video. He's stringing his stuff along. Yep. I came back out. It was snowing. I got it back in the car. Yep. Car's done. It's running. We use the sliding mounts with the TH350, same drive shaft. I'm doing burnouts already, guys. I'm like, dang, man, I must be like overthinking this or something. But I'm in that mode. You know, I'm back in that mode. Watching these cars get built. I'm like, okay. And I'm a student, you know. Things are changing. I'm sure there's some new stuff out. But a lot of the stuff is still the same, you know. We still buying these harnesses and there's people still reworking them. And then there's still people buying Holley. And then there's another brand out there. I don't know the name of that one, but somebody mentioned it to me a couple times. I think Dante mentioned it to me. It's like a Holly, but maybe it's a little bit more affordable. I can't remember the name of it, but there's a couple new players in the game, I guess. I'm going to go HP tuners because I'm trying to be cheap. At least on the box Chevy. I don't plan on going boost or anything like that. We're just going to go HP tuners. And, yeah. I put up a TikTok on slider mounts. Man, they flame me and everybody used them. I don't know why people was hating on the slider mounts. I used them one time on the, what did I use them on? The square body Suburban. We used them on that because that's the guy, he had already bought them. And I was like, okay, cool. You know, I was always using like the ICT billet plates or whatever the eBay generic ones was. But yeah, they was easy to use. I found it kind of challenging, you know, making sure you go back in and tighten them up at the end. But if I had a wrench, I got in there with a ratcheting wrench, you know, because it's tight. Tighten them down real good. Yeah, they were nice. I don't know why they would flame you like that, though. That's crazy. Because a lot of people do use them. I know people have been talking about them for years. In case anybody wondering, man, this is egg whites, rice, and cabbage. I'm gonna go tap in on your TikTok swaps. I don't know if I've been seeing you on TikTok a bunch. I see you on YouTube pop up in my algorithm more than yeah, I don't see you on my TikTok algorithm very much. It's weird too because I always end up getting some new, like that's one thing they do on TikTok. It seems like they always pushing some new people to you. Whereas YouTube is a lot of the same people that I normally watch or somebody that's kind of related to one of the homies or something like that. But TikTok always pushing new people to me. And they be spot on. I mean, they don't be always spot on, but like a lot of times I'd be like, man, this is the kind of car content I like. This is box Chevy, G-body, you know, turbo LS stuff, or, you know, it's stuff like that, you know. They have it pretty well engineered, their algorithm as far as recommendations. YouTube, I feel like I'll get some crazy stuff on my YouTube every now and then. Or it'll be somebody I know, you know, typically, you know, or somebody I totally unsubscribed from and everything. There was one guy I unsubscribed from and he kept popping up on my stuff every time I fall asleep. Something garage. He goes out and takes trips and fixes cars. And he got a TV show now, but you know, he'll pull up on a scene and buy a car and fix it and drive it home. And I'm like, okay, this was cool, but like his videos are really long and I don't know. I enjoy his content, but I want to go watch it if I go looking for it. I don't really want to see that. Like when I wake up and YouTube is on my TV, I don't understand how his stuff is always the same, like on my TV when I wake up. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Vice grip. I don't know why. I went ahead and unsubscribed, bro. Because like it's not that I didn't like his content, but like every single time, if I fell asleep and YouTube was on, I would wake up to Vice Grip Garage. And I'm like, bro, y'all gotta put sloppy mechanics on. Like I want to wake up to somebody building an engine or something that, you know, like a LS or my homeboy up there in Michigan that's got the green G-body or swaps or LS Chevy. I put somebody on like that. They kept putting Vice Grip Garage on. Every time I fell asleep watching car content, it would come. Even I could be watching fitness content, and then I'd wake up, it'd be Vice Grip Garage. A long episode. I don't ever unsubscribe from people, but I had to unsubscribe from him. Because I was like, ain't no way, bro. There's no way this content is that, like, relatable to what I watch. I mean, it's cool he's building cars, but, like, there's some guys on here that I like watching a lot more that are, like, smaller channels, and they would always put Vice Grip on. Good content. Good content. Just please stop putting it on every time I go to sleep. It's like they sneaking him watch time or something. Like I would rather the watch time be going to swaps while I'm asleep or LS Chevy Rider or Mr. Random, one of the homies. But every single time it'd be Vice Grip. I watch him. His content is Sunday content. You know, when I used to watch shows on like, I don't know, Man TV and like AMC or something like that back when they had TV channels, or like Pink Slips, Speed TV, his content is sort of like that. Yeah, like Motor Trend type stuff. Like it's not the stuff I want to wake up to, really. I don't know. Good content. What's going on, Bad Al? But yeah, Pink, something like that. But it was every night. Yep. What you got going on, Badass? What you building? Yeah, man. We're going to have to get on that panel soon. I don't know. It'd be cool to get on the panel soon. Usually that's kind of more of a winter thing, I felt like, for us, but it'd be cool to get on the panel. I don't know, maybe a Saturday or something. I don't know. StreamYard. Still got to do on the Fox and paint for the OBS. The OBSs are hitting hard, boy. OBSs are hitting the game hard. They've been hard, but they coming on heavy. I wonder if it's going to be hard to get a clean NBS eventually, because everybody used them as donor vehicles, you know, like all the 99, 2000 trucks that came with LSs. Like, you know, they rotted out very quick, and everybody pulled them apart for donor vehicles. It's like you can't really find a Civic hatchback. I'm wondering if that's what the you know, the 99 2000 truck's gonna be like hard to come by to get a nice clean regular cab like 99 2000 or an extended cab era correct. It's gonna be hard to get you a nice complete one. And of course, you know, they got a little bit more electronics and stuff like that. Hey, appreciate you, Swaps. Appreciate you. They got a little bit more electronics and stuff, so I'll be surprised if people want to put them back together. Mr. Random, appreciate you tapping in. Man, I love them Hondas. So, Mr. Random, what you doing? Gapping rings? I saw your video on TikTok. You gapping rings for the turbo car? Y'all don't mind me. I'm trying to finish up this bowl of food, man. As soon as I get done with this, I'm gonna be so happy. Now, you had a Superman engine in there before. It was like red and blue. Was that the 6.0? What happened with that? Is this just like a backup engine? I was telling Flops before he got off here, and Badass, we gotta get on the panel again. I don't know. I ain't really seen anybody on the panels lately, but forgive me if y'all have been. I've been on my other channel a lot, posting shorts, which I don't even think that's what I need to be doing. Been putting a lot of time into editing shorts and stuff. I'm getting ready to go back to doing long form content. The shorts is cool, but like, it don't bring the community like what we have here. You know what I mean? Like, maybe on TikTok you can build a community, but like, there was no community like what I had here. Like, y'all still rocking with me. Like Mr. Random, Badass, Swaps, LS Chevy Rider, Cortez. Like, there's a community on YouTube. TikTok has community. It's like random people tapping in and stuff like that. When I get back to my other channel, on my fitness channel, I've been doing a lot of shorts. Ain't no community over there. I don't got no community over there. But I'm going to start hitting them with this long form content. Same recipe, you know, because the whole thing is to have people around that you can support, that support you back, and y'all on the similar journey. You know what I mean? Like a community. I don't really think that short form content produces that. Like, it's cool. You get a lot of views if it go viral, but it's just a snippet. I don't know. I don't even talk in the dang on shorts. The reels. That's exactly why I didn't know if you was grinding rings or filing something else. I didn't know. I just saw the filer. I assumed it was for rings, Mr. Random. Make sure y'all tap that like button. I know I had about 5 people in here. I got 1 like button smash, it seemed like. Hey, Mr. Random said, go ahead and put that thing on the road. It's 2025. Man, you need to tell me that too. My car is sitting in the garage too. The box Chevy been in there for too long. I think I got that box Chevy in 2022. late 2021 or late 2022. At least it was 2022 or earlier when I got both my box Chevys. Regal, it runs. I can drive it right now if I wanted to. My truck, it runs. I could drive it right now. I need to put brake lines on it though, because it's got a leak. The first box Chevy that y'all have seen on the channel, which was actually my second box Chevy, I got it and spun the rod, so it's out of the game. I'm not even messing with that for now until this other one get done with the 6.0. Yep. I gotta focus on one at a time. Something I've been knowing. I need to focus at one at a time. Doesn't mean it needs to be a full build every time, but I need to focus on one at a time. As soon as I finish this, I'm gonna walk y'all out to the garage real quick. I'll show you where we stand with the box Chevy and stuff. Now, I'm not going to be on here very long because I got a real early morning. We got to travel. And then, yeah, so I ain't going to be on here super late, but we're going to get some better lights in here soon. I bought some lights. I just got to change out this cover on this light. And then I'm going to put them linkables in there. But that's what we at, guys. It's pretty messy right now. I don't think I got a flash on here, but got the exhaust manifolds on that bad boy. This is the 6.0 right here. Yesterday I came out, got these all finger tight. I'm missing a couple bolts. I either dropped them or something. They underneath the car. The truck right there. And then the Regal is right there. I got them on dollies, guys. So like, they literally like right here, right, bang, bang. So I ain't got a bunch of room, but yeah, we ain't too far away. I'm gonna get these lights up. I got these lights right here. We're gonna hang these up. You know, just got them from the store. Nothing crazy. Think I'm gonna do 6. I'm gonna do 6 in here, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then over there, I'm gonna just do like, I don't know, 2. But what I got is a light fixture plate adapter. So like I can use that ceiling box, and then I'm gonna use a adapter plate and just switch that over to like a receptacle. Plug these guys in, they linkable, boom. Run a wire, shoom, 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 right there. Shoom, shoom, shoom. Man, I got rid of the Monty, bro. I thought you knew about that. Yeah, the Monte Carlo is gone. Oh yeah, and the radiator's in there. Radiators in there, fans, battery there. Harness is in there. Y'all tell me, how far away am I? How far away am I from getting the box Chevy on the road? Transmission's in there with the converter. I can actually bump the starter right now. I got the starter wire ran. If I turn the ignition, I can bump the starter, but I ain't got the fuel pump or nothing like that hooked up yet. This is gonna be my test setup right here. Yeah, this is gonna be my test setup. You know, it's got the whole situation going on right here. The, well, I forget the heck, what is it called? The mass airflow sensor. So this is the perfect test when you start it. You know what I mean? Like, this is my test setup. Boom, we started. Okay, cool. We'll go ahead and hook up the cold air intake and all that. But until then, I always hit them with this first, plug it in. I think I need to get an adapter or wire this up so it can fit in here, because this is that Chinese harness, guys. So it's got the 3 and the 2 pin right here. I need to wire it up for the 5. So I can buy a jumper, or I can go to the yard and get a connector or whatever and wire it up myself. I don't know which way I'm gonna go with it. I might already have something. Is this way? Okay. Yeah, I might already have something in the garage. I gotta put this on still. This is for the transmission. It's like a little adapter. I gotta put that on because we run in 4080. But yeah, guys, this is what I'm working on right now. I got some wheels for it. I got studs. So we got the studs. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what we're working on right now. Yeah. Got the studs. I want to put them studs on there. I want to put them wheels on there. And then, but that's last. You know, wheels and all that stuff is last. Want to get this thing running, put an exhaust on it. I'm going to try to do it a little differently than how I used to do it at my old house. I was running that thing open headers, you know, like basically long tubes in the Regal before I put the turbo on there. Trying to be a little bit more, you know, polite for these people around here, because I ain't made no bad impression or anything. So I'm going to try to keep it, you know, reasonable. Put a muffler on there or something, you know, before we get it all the way fired up, get the O2 sensors. I already know what I got to do. And the cool thing is, guys, I can take it over to my little lot. I'm renting a little lot where I got my little cars at right now. And I can go over there and, you know, test and tune. It's real loud. It's in the industrial park right where I have my old shop. So once I get it to that point, take it over there and start messing around with it, you know, running it around in the industrial park. It's a little bit louder over there. So, but I told y'all, man, the car content is coming soon. I ain't never stopped liking these cars. I just had to get organized. You know, I had a lot of life stuff going on. Plus, you know, they took my channel. So I had created a whole different channel where I was putting updates on for the box Chevy. It's called D Brooks Refueled. It was kind of supposed to replace this channel, but once I got my channel back, I pretty much wanted to post back on here because this is where my community is. So I don't know if I'm going to try to pull them videos down and put them over here, but, you know, I kind of got stuff in both channels, but I want to move forward on this one. This is my main channel. So what's going on? Yes, what's going on? West Oz Adventures, what's going on? But yeah, more progress coming soon. We got a couple more tournaments, wrestling tournaments that we gotta, you know, drive and be gone all day. But there's a couple nights during the week where I got a little bit of time. I'm gonna come out here and do something. It may not be a whole bunch, but we're gonna keep pushing, making progress. But I wanted to tap in with you guys, let you know that I'm still out here. So, but I appreciate y'all coming in. Make sure y'all smash that like button before y'all head out. Let everybody know, you know, we back. We putting content up, live streaming. I think I went live last week, and I'm gonna probably go live again this week. Another ride to work, and then yeah, we'll keep it going. Stopped out for a break tonight. I'll see what's going on here. Oh, okay, you getting that gold? Yes, sir. Appreciate you tapping in. But yeah, guys, I'm going to get off here. Got an early morning tomorrow. Y'all stay prayed up. Stay blessed. I'll see y'all soon.